and to have a shot in the game. I mean, you're like, no, Louisville really could have won that game.
I wish I was able to watch the game feeling sorry for my team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
But then when I go back through the emotion again, and you have to gauge. Let me ask you this: what percentage of people you would think are comfortable rewatching this game?
Probably quite a few, actually.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah, probably quite a few.
60% of the fan base.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's comfortable.
Absolutely.
Just let me go back and watch it. Let me see where we went wrong at. Well,
Yeah, I mean, because I don't think you feel. I mean, like I said, I mean, a dude had to have while Lamont Butler. I was joking with Nick. I mean, while Lamont Butler he's probably one of their better players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had to go 10 for 10 from the field. Like, if he doesn't play, Louisville wins that game. Like, that's how close it was. And when I say if that's Pat Kelsey down 3 guys, well, I feel pretty comfortable in the rivalry.
Okay.
If he's got a full deck, and again, that doesn't mean, let me be clear. That's not that. I actually like Mark Pope. It's not, he's growing on me. You know what I'm saying? As far as man, he can coach. He seems like they have a healthy respect for each other, but they want to kill each other.
Right.
And I'm okay. That's the way the rivalry should be. But I will say, when I say I feel comfortable in the rivalry, I feel like pretty much every year I'm going to go into that game thinking I can win this game. Hell, I'm going to go into some of them favored.
I did like I said, I want to make sure I don't get locked into either positive or negative. I want to go through each range of emotion on each thing because I'm really bipolar on this. I like the disclaimer you just gave and saying I have respect for Mark Pope. I have the other respect. But then when you say top 5 team in the country, then Marcus goes, is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it? You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm saying this respectfully.
Because that's the teams you got to beat to go to in a Final Four, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's national championship guys.
Is that it? I even do this with Tennessee, but it goes back to what you're always saying, how you can't compare a basketball to a football. You're like, that can't be it. And
right.
then
it's closer to compare right now, Marcus. It's closer because of what's been going on. Like, the brand of Louisville is still top 6 in the country.
Right.
We are the Bamas, we are the Georgias. But right now, for the next year or so, it is a little closer to football.
Right.
Where we're a little more the hunter, you know what I mean? Where we're kind of building our brand back.
So I keep doing even like I said, with the Tennessee, that's the only time I feel really sorry for our injury situation.
Yeah,
because I know what Tennessee is out there, and I know without a case in prior, I don't have any mismatch that I don't have any mismatch that can kind of put us in a spot to overwhelm a team. But again, I don't want to believe that Kentucky is who's in between my team and a big time season.
Yeah, but I mean, God, if they're ranked number 5 in the country, if Duke's ranked number 9 or 8 in the country or whatever they are,
don't tell me that this is not because you know what turns me into? It turns me into feeling less and less sorry for my team. I have dudes that can execute a game plan to get some wins. And of course, I'm not going to do that to Coach. I'm not going to put that on Coach. I'm not going to put first year expectations on Coach, but I can't hide my hopes.
Yeah,
I can't mask my emotions of hope. So I can't hide we got to use the glass. Right?
Yeah.
I can't hide you got to hit these free throws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't hide I need better percentages from my 3-point guy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
Yeah.
you're just it's not enough of a barrier standing between me and a really good season.
Oh yeah, no, it's funny you say that because like I kind of felt that way. I felt like every time I'm ready to go, all right, I'm just going to pull the expectations back.
Yes.
And, you know, it's like when I get a game like Duke and I watch Duke and then I'm like, okay, well, man, I don't know. And then I get a game like UTEP. And while I think UTEP's a good team, like I think they'll be a tournament type team, I'm still like, well, you know, you never know. And then I get a game like this, like I said, we'll call them the number 5 team in America on their place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, damn, I feel like we can win a lot of games.
Right.
Like, you know, I mean, when I look out ahead, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be as watching that game at Kentucky. I'm not going to be as soft on you when you go to Florida State in a couple days.
Is it the old line you told on yourself?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, hey, you don't have to be a Final Four national championship team, right? I don't even know what you have to be a Sweet 16 team this year. Okay. That's fine. I'm not putting a tournament round on you.
Right.
Okay. Because of injuries and things like that.
Right.
But I am kind of putting an expectation on you. Like, I mean, I think you can go win at Florida State. I think you probably should. You know, like, so, like, it's kind of where, you know.
Put it this way. How much of a development expectation are you putting on? Like how much are you saying, oh, we need to be better at this time of the year? Or is it just kind of a game to game execution?
It's kind of game to game because we're so old.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one thing we still are. We're still old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of like, and it's still, you know, there is a ceiling, like there is still a high ceiling for this team because they're playing together. We're getting rotations. I mean, little things like Terrence Edwards coming off the bench. He's been phenomenal since then.
Nikki, I'm noticing. Do you have the Terrence Edwards, the Coach Kelsey on Terrence Edwards clips at all? And I know I'm springing.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I think I got him.
I would be springing that on you, but to kind of give a paraphrase while Nikki's working on it, Coach Terrence Edwards was at the podium. I did really enjoy listening to him. You know, I had that moment, Steve, where listen, you know how it is. You like your guy, you're hard on your guy. When you like him, or when you have expectations, you say, hey, you were one of the top guys in the portal, got expectations on you. Then you say, okay, I hope he gets it. You know, I hope he gets it. I hope he's not, you know, what's the word? It usually, if a player to his ability would say something like, this is the best environment I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
I would be like, ugh. But, you know,
yeah, seeing
him say it and mixing that with these guys work, man. These guys work. And it's not the cliche, we're all in the gym, we're all getting shots. It was like, no, man, we all are in it. It's 4 guys on each gun at all times, even when we don't have practice. These guys work. I was like, okay, now I know he gets it. So I'm not as squeamish about listening to Terrence Edwards Jr. say something about the environment. I'm like, okay, you can acknowledge it and admit that we work. Fire away, Nikki. Fire away, Nikki.
Pat, you referenced Terrence coming off the bench now. The last 3 games, he's put together some really good scoring nights for you guys. Has anything about that move maybe just reinvigorated him on the offensive end?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. People ask me, like, you know, Dan Schulman asked me, well, why did he come out of the lineup? I'm like, I don't know, just trying to figure out buttons to push. And, hey, I make a bunch of dumb decisions, but he's played pretty well the last 2 games coming off the bench. Now, like every players are competitors, you know, and Terrence is a team guy, and he's about the team first and foremost. But that cat wants to start now. He wants to start. He's a decorated player. He's a winning player, championship player over the years at James Madison. And, you know, we'll see how it is moving forward. But, you know, Noah Waterman's a guy that has had some struggles lately, made 3 big threes for us tonight, playing against his former coach, had 12 stinking rebounds, 6 offensive. You know, you talk about how many minutes our guys have to play and the standard of their hustle and their grit and the tenacity, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of Noah. 12 rebounds in a big game like this, made 3 big threes. That was big for him.
Happy to see a couple go down. Really happy to see a couple go down. Really still see, I see some of the shots and I'm like, listen, I'm to this point, Steve. You shouldn't have missed that. You just shouldn't have missed that. That's a great look.
Well, I mean, I actually thought Noah Waterman was pretty good. Now, and I was kind of in a unique situation for me because I got to go back and watch the game after the fact. I mean, already knowing the result. So I wasn't in the moment. Right. I was too busy getting my brains beat out by one of the best local teams I've seen in years. Okay. And we'll get to that. Yeah. But it was, it was one of those where getting to go back, I was kind of like, well, but now in the game, I probably would have cut Noah. Whatever. Goodness. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Steve, you were going to, wait, put it this way. I Jalen withered him for falling. Right.
Oh, sure.
One time he got think about this, Steve. Noah Waterman got a putback, an offensive putback, and he fell on the ground, right?
Yeah.
I paused it right there. Didn't even care about what was going on with the rest of the game. And I yelled at him while he was on the ground, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize he scored the putback because I was waiting on him to fall. And I was yelling, "You better not fall." Right?
Yes.
He falls and they're running back. And I'm like, you on the ground is going to cost us on the other end. Steve, they go right down there and dunk the ball. I was like, get off my team.
Yeah.
But at the end of the game, when you hear Coach Kelsey and give the stats, you're like, wow, it's a good stat number overall. And I'm glad you got to see some shots go down. And I'm like, okay, once the emotion of the game goes away, I'm like, okay, this is going to bode well for Noah Waterman moving forward.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody on the line in there?
Yeah. We have Jeff Leff on the line.
Okay. Jeff Leff, fire away.
Yeah.
What up, fellas? First and foremost, I got to give an apology to Terrence Edwards because he is now becoming what I bragged about all summer. And I just got to thank him for that. Played really good. As slow as his shot was, if he gets it off, it looked like it was pretty good against UK. Second off, though, I wanted to say I don't know if y'all talked about it already, but Noah Waterman. I think once we get Traore back, I think that'll help Noah Waterman's shot because as I'm watching the game, after I watch the game, he plays so hard, man. He tries so hard. He does so much. He attacks the offensive glass, and I think that's affecting his shot. And I think once Traore comes back to kind of take some of that away to where he can get a little bit more rest, I think we'll see Noah Waterman shoot a better percentage from this point out. I know he wasn't really shooting that good at the beginning either, but now I think it's just due to his legs. So I didn't know if y'all noticed that or what y'all had to say about that, and I'll listen.
Jeff Leff, I appreciate
the call, man.
Where are you at on Noah Waterman?
I agree with him to an extent because I think that Traore coming back will kind of add another big, if you'll allow me to say that, even though like I know Kadir's not a big, but I think he
minutes or matchups.
Both. I don't know about matchups as much because I mean I think Noah, James, Frank, I think they're guarding the same guys, right? But yeah, so I mean probably more from minutes because now you'll be able to kind of get Noah out. You'll be able to play, a little more as opposed to where he's at now. I just feel like Kadir will add a lot to the front court.
Are we looking at any kind of timeline?
I mean, Coach Kelsey said it the other day. I mean, it looks like we're probably looking at Carolina or Virginia, you know. Yeah, I mean, I would think so. Yeah. I mean, right around there. So, yeah, I mean, you're not going to have him, for FSU. You're not going to have him for EKU. I'm going to assume you won't have him for Carolina, even though I think that's probably on the table. But, so, I mean, yeah, and then you kind of look at him going into, even though Carolina's January 1st, I'm kind of counting that as like this first half of games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know it's technically a January game, but I'm kind of like, well, that's in the first half. But yeah, I mean, no, I think adding him would be a huge piece, and it's going to help Noah a lot.
Noah Waterman. Okay. So overall, not that you're grading him. Yeah, give me a grade. Give me a grade.
I thought in this game, I thought he was pretty good. I mean, I'd probably give him a B in this game. I thought he was pretty solid in this game, right?
I thought he competed. Yeah. Again, the stuff I get mad at him
12
about.
boards, that's a lot of rebounds, dude.
Right. And the stuff
I can live with that.
Mad at him about is just, that's the stuff that I say is between us and being a great team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody on the text line?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have all kinds of texts I can get to. Somebody said Noah's problem is he's rushing his shot and needs to slow down, release.
I definitely agree.
Yeah. I
think that with both Noah Waterman and Rain Smith.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then what about this game? I think this text I think kind of sums up. Not to do just the last year comparison and all that stuff, but I'm okay with this. Right? It says December 16th. We're 10 games into the season, into Coach PK's first season. And I think fans see a difference from last 2, 3. They say 2 years. I mean, I'm even going back to 3, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Says I just say we have these injuries. This team's an NCAA team. Like, I think that kind of sums it up. I mean, you feel like 10 into the season, you're like, okay, I know what we're trying to do. Okay. I see a plan. I know how this thing is going.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I chatted with somebody this weekend. I do think that there is still on the table two guys, one international, maybe one junior college, that is on the table to add. I think it's hard to add a kid midseason, so I'm going to kind of move on that it's not going to happen, right? But I do think they're trying. So that to me tells me they've not. I just threw that little nugget in there for fun, but the other one, of course, I think everybody knows who the international kid is by now. Right. I mean, it's been on the message boards enough and everything else. So, and then maybe a junior college kid. But the fact that they're trying to me says they haven't given up on the season by any stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that because it's like, man, you've been dealt. Like Coach Kelsey's been dealt a tough hand.
Yeah.
When you come in here and you lose those guys,
he could easily start every press conference with the health commentary.
Oh my God, because no fan is gonna even after that Kentucky game, like when I say, okay, you're good this year. No matter what happens from here on out, I think fans are like, okay, we believe in what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a full health, but it's not. They're not doing that. Like they're not throwing in the towel. Like I think they're closer to your trade of thought, Marcus. If that's number 5, hell, we got a shot in March.
Right.
Let's get in this thing,
right?
Man.
Like if I separate the fan base and the team, I have a conversation with the team saying, hey, like in this locker room, in this foxhole, we have expectations to be in playing Duke in the ACC championship or being in that,
and we think we can beat them.
Right, and like, yeah, I expect to be in a neutral spot like that. If you do your job. Now, outside of the locker room, I'm like, hey, there's a lot that has went wrong. It's going to be very, very difficult to band-aid this up while we get better. Hold it together, hold the water, hold the line. And again, I don't want to look for affirmation instead of information. But I did feel early in the year, I'm like, if you guys can still hold the line early, the end of the year product, is going to be what you need it to be. But it's just like you gotta get some wins, and you gotta capitalize on the little stuff right now, just to get those couple of wins that you weren't supposed to get. The next win I'm looking forward to is the win where we weren't supposed to win and we stole it.
I think it's Carolina, man. I do. Of course, we'll get to that. I'm not jumping ahead.
Right.
We need to beat Florida State. Like, I don't do, Coach Lieberman's sitting in the back there, and like he talks about, there's not always must-win games in November, December, but that's pretty close for when you get an FSU game. Let me get this text, and we got somebody on the line. This text is pretty good. It says, look at the start of the second half coming out of halftime. First two plays are ran to perfection. That's coaching. Coach PK and Mark Pope are a breath of fresh air. Love the ball movement on defense from both teams. All right, let's get Scratch Off Jimmy in here. Scratch Off Jimmy, welcome into 93.9 The Ville. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy, Steve, I'm with your old buddy Tim at the Mayo High School today.
Oh, man, that's my guy, man. I love that guy. If Coach Lieberman wasn't sitting in here, I would say he's the best local coach around. I love Tim.
Yeah, I do all their painting and stuff for their locker room. Their starting guard, Cole Eaglin, he got hurt Saturday's game.
Yep.
Ankle injury.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this, Marcus. You played a lot of ball, and you was probably one of the best players that played for U of L. And Steve, I know you know the game, but I thought Louisville did justice. I mean, they made us proud, but my God, the guy scored 30-something points, but he was wide open. I mean, I'm 7 years old, and I can hit 8 out of 10 3-pointers if I'm wide open. I thought they did us good, and I'm proud of the Cardinals. But, gee, man, you can't leave these guys wide open. I'll listen to your answer. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Jimmy, I appreciate it.
I appreciate the call. Listen,
hey, Marcus, they lost the game, so there is fault, right?
Listen, that's why I said, Steve, if you let me be two different people,
yes,
if you let me be two different people, I can tell you how proud I am. I can tell you how good you played. I can pat you on the back, and I can give you all the fan massage for all the good things you did intangibly. And then, like I said, when I'm one cocktail in, I can say, don't tell me how good Butler is. He was wide open. That first 3-pointer that sent them into the timeout, Steve, I went back to the beginning of that. First of all, somebody fell. Second of all, in transition, we didn't call out our man. 2 guys went to one person, and he ended up getting a wide open shot. Kentucky's credit, they kept the floor spread. They found the guy. But I'm like, no, we made the mistake to get him that wide open 3-pointer. So, and look, because Scratch Off Jimmy just got me worked up by saying, what did he say? Did he say 70 years old, or did he say 80 years old?
We'll say 70.
Okay,
we'll say 70.
Because we did have a moment in practice where Coach Crum said that. And Steve, I was like, Coach, you're not hitting 6 out of 10.
Coach, I would cook you if you come out here. Don't start playing around. Don't play with me.
Listen, Coach Crum shot the ball one time, and I was like, come on, let's get back to practice. Because listen, he hit that shot, Steve, and I was like, maybe he can go 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
From the 3-point line. So Scratch Off Jimmy just made me think about that. I'm like,
that's funny.
I'm not gonna let Coach make me look stupid. So let's just let's get back to
like Coach, it's about to get serious. Okay, it's about to get serious.
Look, before you know it, I'm gonna be shooting out, and then I'm gonna try to put something on it. Because listen, I heard Coach used to gamble, so I was gonna be
word on the street.
I knew the next step was gonna be, Coach, if I hit 8 out of 10 right here, you don't say anything to me about me shooting 3-pointers again. I know I was going to put something on the line. Yeah, scratch after just made me think about that. I tell you what, let's just take a quick break.
Let's go ahead and take a break. Yeah, let's keep Nick on schedule. Nick's got a great shape up on his beard and just a fantastic haircut.
Thank you.
So he's wanting to stay on schedule. He has got his shoes tied tight.
Is he
pants pulled up?
Go around the studio?
Yeah, he's got his quarter zip on, zipped all the way up to his nose, which is
I'm not wearing a
large.
t-shirt. Yeah. He's not
wearing a t-shirt.
I should probably let the chest hair out.
Oh, man. Okay.
How you doing?
All right.
Travolta? Does he have the gold chain, the Virgin Mary?
If he did right now,
That's the only thing I'm missing.
Yeah, the track suit. All right. All right. Yeah, let's keep him on schedule.
Roll along 9 through 9 DeVille.
Hey, Card fans, Attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better. We've helped thousands of Card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurting a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards!
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market, making the process more complex than ever. And if you're not working with the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast. That's why it's more important than ever to work with someone who has proven their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time. So don't let a cut rate agent make a rookie mistake and fumble your financial future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Bill, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
This is Nathan Huber with ESPN Louisville. As a sports official, I'm always on my feet. I suffered with severe pain in my left foot for 2 years. Having been misdiagnosed by 2 other podiatrists, I was frustrated and not sure where to turn. I was fortunate to find Dr. Patel and his great team at New Horizon Foot and Ankle. On my first visit, Dr. Patel correctly identified my issue and started treatment that day. Thanks to his expertise, I am back on the field stronger than ever, and I can't thank his team enough. New Horizon Foot and Ankle, where innovation meets excellence.
Introducing Vigilante Hot Sauce. Vigilante is an all-natural fermented hot sauce made locally in Louisville. Made with Fresno peppers, apple cider vinegar, ginger, rosemary, red onions, and peppercorns, Vigilante brings a balance of flavor and spice to your food. Available for retail at all 4 Value Market locations, Jay Shepherd Cigar Shop, Spring Street Bar and Grill, and Highlands Bar and Grill. And listen to the U of L basketball postgame show for your chance to be the Vigilante Hot Sauce hot take of the night. Vigilante, not the hot sauce you always wanted, but the hot sauce you always needed.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
When it comes to decorations around the house, guys, let's face it, we normally don't have strong opinions. But what if there was a specific idea that you wanted to bring to life? That's where KPG Glass comes in. How about an etched photo for the back of your bourbon bar or a mirror in the shape of your favorite team's logo or mascot? If you can envision it, KPG can bring it to life. KPG does everything from residential glass repair and replacement all the way to commercial construction for storefronts. That's KPG Glass. Visit kpgglass.com.
Everyone needs a great plumber they can trust that is fast and affordable. So call me, Leonard Walker Plumbing, for any plumbing issue, big or small, from leaks, clogs, or sump pump issues to full installations. Our expert team is ready to get your house back to exceptional. Leonard Walker Plumbing is veteran-owned and offers a 10% discount to current military veterans, teachers, police, firefighters, and EMS, as well as city, state, and service industry workers. So call me, Leonard Walker Plumbing, at 768-7717 or visit leonardwalkerplumbing.com. Top quality plumbing.
Got scrap metal? Midwest Metals makes recycling easy. Step 1, bring your scrap metal to any Midwest Metals location. Step 2, we weigh your haul while you relax. Step 3, get paid. It's that simple. We accept copper, aluminum, brass, and lead at all our facilities, as well as steel at our Shelbyville and Lexington locations. For years, Midwest Metal has been serving our community and spreading the word about the importance of recycling. Visit us in Louisville, Shelbyville, or Lexington, or check out mwmcorp.com for more details. Midwest Metals, recycling made simple, cash made easy.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus only. Must be physically located in Kentucky. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Bob Valdano. Let me tell you about my fantastic experience with Ken J. Beener and Son HVAC, your trusted independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. Just recently, they installed the new HVAC unit in my home, and I couldn't be happier. From start to finish, their team's professional, knowledgeable, and made the whole process literally a breeze. Thanks to Ken J. Beener and Son, my home is comfortable year-round. For top-quality HVAC service, I highly recommend them, so call Ken J. Beener and Son today. Feel the difference with American Standard.
Alexa Rastigue was a student at Bellarmine University. When she got the call, no one wants to receive.
A drunk driver was driving under the influence, going 127 miles per hour.
He caused a crash, killing 2 and severely injuring Alexa's mother and brother.
He left that scene without a scratch while my family suffered.
Drive sober, Kentucky, because drunk driving is a dead end.
Paid with funds to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Looking to restore your smile with less pain, less cost, and less healing time? Dr. Reagan Ackerman of locally owned Freedom Mini Dental Implants brings 20 years of experience making smiles happen. Freedom Mini Dental Implants offers a fast, effective solution for dental implants without the long recovery or expensive surgeries. Freedom Mini Dental Implants uses small diameter implants to restore one tooth, multiple teeth, or bridges and implant-supported dentures. Financing options are available, so getting the care you deserve is easy. Visit freedomimplants.com and schedule consultation. Freedom Mini Dental Implants, get the freedom to smile.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
Hi, this is Louisville football coach Jeff Brom. You're listening to the home of U of L Athletics, 93.9 The Bill.
inhale, like, okay.
But
what the exhaling always messes me up. And then I get out of breath doing that.
Wait a minute.
Like, have you seen like the square that you're supposed to do? Like, inhale for this.
Yes.
Hold, exhale for this.
Yes.
Inhale for this. Like, okay, inhaling, okay. Holding, fine. The exhaling, like, messes me up. I don't know what that is about my lungs, but like, yeah. And then I get out of breath. Like, I can't like exhale that long.
Supposedly, that's where you strengthen your breathing the most, is the harder you exhale and the longer, like, basically exhale everything and then exhale 5 more seconds, because it basically like deflates your lungs at the maximum capacity. So when you breathe it in, you can breathe in more and then start to expand your lung capacity. So yeah, so look, work on that part of it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so speaking of the word I want to use, speaking of lung capacity, is tired a thing on our team? Because, and the reason I ask you this, because part of me wants to say, hey, coach, don't bring it up to them anymore. You got 7 guys who want to make it to league. Don't bring it up to them anymore.
I kind of agree. I do think to an extent that it is. I mean, because we do have a lot of guys playing a lot of minutes, right?
Or is it Chucky only?
Yes, that's the thing. It's like, I also, though, I don't want it to become a mental thing.
Right.
Where it's like, well, we're tired, we don't have, we only got 7 guys. So it kind of gives me an okay to, in the game, you kind of already have a mindset. I mean, when you look, we played, Terrence Edwards played 30 minutes. We had 5 guys playing over 30.
Mm-hmm.
Noah Waterman played 34. Rain played 34. Hadley played 38. Chucky played 39. And Terrence Edwards played 30. Adding Kadir into that is going to be a big piece, because that's going to cut into some of those minutes, right?
23 minutes. Kadir's,
I would think,
Kadir's
right?
23 minutes will take, actually, no, I won't say that. I'll give him 17. 17 will cut 3 minutes and 20 seconds off of Terrence, off of Javon.
Absolutely.
And maybe who else? One other guy.
Probably Noah. Because I think
or Rain.
It could with Rain. Yeah, it'd probably be different games, be different. But when you look at the box score, and Kentucky essentially played, they played 9 guys. One guy played for 7 minutes. One guy played for 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other guys. You're looking at 30, 16, 26, 31, 32, 24, 26. Whereas Louisville's was 12, 34, 34, 38, 39, 30, and 13. It's a lot, that's a pretty big difference, actually. So,
and practicing, you add that with practicing with only 8 guys.
Sure.
But part of me says, look, again, I'm always going to go back to this. Y'all want to be pro, get in pro shape.
Yeah, well, but again, that's where I think you add another guy like Kadir back. That's going to be a big deal. Now, obviously, if they added another one on top of that, that would be a really big deal, especially if it's somebody that could play. But right now, that's not even something you can remotely count on.
When you say somebody could play, like eligible, or you mean?
If they added another dude who's like could really play, then okay, well, that'd be huge, addition.
Catch us up on the text line if you can a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Says, guys, what we're missing is practice. Not enough people to practice against is the biggest problem. As Kelsey,
because I agree with that, because you don't get better as faster when you can't have the full 5-on-5.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now, I mean, even at Holy Cross, we were down 2 starters. We got one guy that's been dealing with some health issues, you know, and it's like, man, when you don't have enough bodies at practice, it's like, okay, there's only so much we can do.
Don't
so
hurt
you
yourself,
got almost
Steve. Don't do it, Steve. I do not want to see you limping around with talking about you had to jump into a drill or something.
I've jumped into more drills than I've want to admit. But you have to do the, hey, we're going to break it down to half court, and you put 3 guys on defense and you work on one side of the court.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
you have to do stuff like that.
You're rigging the practice.
Which is hard when you could just have a white team, and a red team, and you go, okay, well, here we go. Now let's work on stuff.
And
they don't have that.
Listen, and to add one more thing, that 3-pointer again, and you know me, I do cross-section moments. That 3-pointer and the dunk they got in the first half, where the guy cuts right down the middle, and we don't match up, and back in transition.
Yeah.
I could again excuse or I'm sorry, mid-game, Marcus. Why are we calling out our man early? Blah blah blah. Big picture, Marcus can say, by the time I get to the film room, I'm saying, you know what, we're not getting that look in practice enough because we're having to play 4-on-4. You're not going to play, 4-on-4 full court and have the same kind of urgency to call out the man. Look, again, I'm 2 people today. On one end, I can say, hey, no excuses. You have to call out your man. You have to call out your man. You can't have those breakdowns in transition. Kentucky abused us in the transition, but they didn't abuse us. They got a lot of easy looks in transition that they shouldn't have gotten with good transition communication. I can also say, Coach, it's okay. I know you're not playing 5-on-5 with the same kind of matchups and same level of athletes you should have. So something like calling guys out in transition and losing your man in transition is one of those things that might suffer.
Yeah, well, and I agree with that. Even though then the coach in me is just like, call it your man. Like it's got to be based
call
on stuff,
out. Listen,
like
we get back,
especially when you're down.
Yeah.
Your get backs have to be bad. I mean, like, I've got to be so sharp on get backs, man.
Because that is the thing you work on day.
Like that. That's the one. Yeah, like, yeah. But I mean, and I'm not fighting you on that, right, obviously, because I agree. I mean, I do think that's the thing, but it's like, golly. Let me get a couple of texts real quick. I know we're going to go to break. I've gotten 2 texts about this. I want to get what you're saying. I'm going to read both of them. And then see what you have to say.
Okay.
Has Kelsey talked at all about why Frank doesn't play? Seems like he could help us out. And somebody else says, why do you think Frank didn't get any run against UK, considering we are so shorthanded? I would think he would have gotten a few minutes to spell Scott. What do you think on Frank Anselm?
I think we have a winner. Steve, he's the guy. Frank is the guy, Steve.
I know what you're saying. I know we do make it, but I will say I kind of agree, because I'm like, I mean, he was playing in the SEC last year. I mean, like, he wasn't like Frank was, like, well, he's this project big man from, coastal northwestern Montana.
I was gonna say Frank's the guy to expose,
I know.
I want to get at this coach, and I'm gonna use Frank to get at him. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think that he is in Coach Kelsey's mind. I don't think he's enough of a threat offensively. Right?
Yeah.
I'm more confident in Frank around the basket. Our focus, when I get mad, I say, hey, Rain, when you cut to the basket, when you cut like a backdoor cut, you have to cut looking like you expect to get the ball. I think we fall short on those cuts off the ball. Like, I don't think we cut like we're going to get it. Like, it looks like we're cutting as a part of the overall action. Okay.
Yes.
The reason I say that is because, I've seen Kenai Roos cut baseline against Kentucky, and he has a look, and I think Javon kind of looked at him, but it was like neither one of them really thought this cut was an option, and it wasn't an intentional cut. What happened is Kenai Roos accidentally went on the same side as Terrence Edwards. Terrence Edwards tended to the other side. So Terrence Edwards Jr. starts running the baseline to go to the other side of the court, but when he cut to go to the other side of the court to get in the right position for a quick second or two, his man was nine feet away from him. All he would have had to do is look up and point at the rim. We would have had one of the easiest layups at the rim or dunks, alley-oops that you could have. I saw that a couple times, right? So here's the thing. I think in our handoffs, in our offense, in our pick and rolls, I think we're so perimeter centric, we're not threatening anything near the basket unless we come out of a timeout and a coach calls a particular, like the alley-oop play for James Scott, or something particular designed during a break. I just don't think we respect. Listen, Noah Waterman, not natural around the basket. I like Rain Smith attacking the basket. I think that's going to free up, a lot of 3-pointers. But here's the thing. We're going to have to be more threatening in the paint to get the defenders off of our perimeter game. I think Frank could help. I just don't think we focus. We focus a lot more on space space on the perimeter rather than a Frank, because he might be a bit of a clogger in the paint, which I wouldn't mind. But again, I respect what Coach Kelsey's doing. I'm still learning his system, and I'm learning. I might find out next game that I stare at Coach Kelsey and he's telling them get to the basket, get some finishes at the rim, and they're not naturally guys that attack the basket and look for fouls and look to create contact. So I agree with Frank. But the style is saying it's not a Frank style necessarily. That's a long way.
I agree. No, absolutely. I think it's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I'd like to see him threatening. Rolling along. Good days, Marcus Smith, 939 The Bill.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Hey, the holidays are here. Look good with a fresh new haircut from Big League Haircuts. It's the best haircut value in the Ville. 5-0 Tuesdays, $5 off a haircut ticket of 2 or more each Tuesday and Wednesday. 2 area locations, J-Town on Taylorsville Road, Fern Creek on Bardstown Road, serving the Ville for 20 years. And reminder, tune in to the Big League Haircuts V-Stakes Tuesdays and Wednesdays on the V Show. You'll have a chance to win a free haircut and other great prizes. Play hard and look good at Big League Haircuts for Men.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market, making the process more complex than ever. And if you're not working with the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast. That's why it's more important than ever to work with someone who has proven their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time. So don't let a cut rate agent make a rookie mistake and fumble your financial future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Ville, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Spring Street Bar and Grill, open daily 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. with food served until 2 a.m. Join them for Monday Night Trivia at 7 p.m. with cash prizes for the top 3 teams. Daily lunch special, 5 and fry. 5 chicken wings and a side of fries for just $10. Monday through Friday, 11 to 4. Also, $10 wing specials for football Mondays and all-day Thursdays. 10 of Spring Street's famous wings for only $10. Spring Street Bar and Grill. Come early, stay late.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com.
This is Zach with Great Flood Brewing Company, reminding you to come enjoy our beer specials at our Highlands locations. Thank you so much for the support during this year, and we hope to see you out there soon. For more information, visit us at greatfloodbrewing.com.
Do you want to grow your business? ESPN Louisville wants to help take it to the next level. Let ESPN Louisville assist through the best sports talk, the power of local and national sports news, brand building and connecting fans through audio and digital elements, and much more. Email us at partnerships@espnlouisville.com. That's partnerships@espnlouisville.com. Become a partner of the sports leader, ESPN Louisville.
Hey, Card fans, Attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better. We've helped thousands of Card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurt in a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards!
You work hard to build equity in your home, so why would you give that money to the real estate agents when you sell your home? At Edlin & Edlin, they know you deserve to keep more of that money.
It's a full service offering. The advantage is that we don't charge as much, even though you get full service. In the regular world, a realtor says that the commissions are 6%, and what we do is accept 1% as the listing agent and recommend you pay the buyer's agent 2.5%. The average home sale around here is around $300,000, so that's $7,500 more in your pocket at closing.
When Edlin lists your home, it immediately goes on all the places where buyers are looking for a home.
When I put a listing on the MLS, it is automatically shared with all the real estate apps, Zillow, Realtor.com, you name it. So all of that overhead in my business is gone. And what really should happen, prices should go down, the price of real estate services. And that's what we're reflecting in our commission structure.
So visit Edlin.com to start keeping more of your home's equity. That's Edlin.com, EDELEN.com.
the official broadcast partner of all U of L athletics. WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9
Here we go, buddy.
Ville. Powered by Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's middays with Marcus Maven, 8150 93.9. This is the number 93.9 is the station. Let me take a second to give a huge shout out and special thanks to one of the newest members of the team. That would be One Kentuckiana Pump Sales. For every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement these pumps provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 36 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price. And it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com. Congratulations to Teddy freaking Bridgewater for his Miami Northwestern state championship. How big is that, Steve?
Oh, it's huge, man. It's huge for him to go down there and get that win.
There was still some NFL money on the table too.
Absolutely, man. And for him to just kind of say, "No, I'm going to go in here, man. I want to do something for a place that I love and I'm passionate about, and something that he's obviously pretty good at, man. I mean, because it's not easy to just. I mean, Coach Lieberman coached Division I. He coached in Final Fours. And you take a high school team and you got to, I mean, it's not just like, oh, well, that's just guaranteed. You're just going to win every game. So for Teddy Bridgewater, some people go, oh, well, it's Teddy Bridgewater. He takes Miami Northwestern. Of course they're going to state championship. Florida is a massive state.
Right.
And to go and take over a team and win the state title in year one is incredible.
In Florida.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
And maybe I've got more respect for that right now than I would have a year ago. I was
wondering if you were going to acknowledge that.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is. I mean, a year ago, you probably go, well, yeah, it's Teddy Bridgewater. He took over Miami Northwestern. Of course he won a state championship. But it's like, no, dude, that's not easy. Like, that's not easy.
It's not easy to also make it back to the Final Four like our ladies volleyball
That's
team.
Right. That's
doing.
right.
My goodness.
Yes.
By the way,
awesome.
Nick has some news to break on that, right? The volleyball. It's got the time of the game.
I was going to say, it's just really hard to get tickets, evidently. The Final Four. Like I had some people say that it was tougher to get those CFP tickets, but yeah, pack the Yum Center, baby.
That's it, man.
It's going to be fun. Pittsburgh's been tough this whole season, but yeah.
It's the extent of Nick's inside knowledge about the volleyball team. So yeah,
it's Pittsburgh
but yeah, no, that's
well,
it.
I mean, they beat us twice in the regular season. I was kind of hoping that UK was going to take care of them, and then we could get a Cards-Cats matchup for the Final Four. That'd be pretty cool. But I mean, it's you got it. Got another crack at them, guys.
Oh yeah,
chance to get to the championship.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It looked great against Stanford after that first set. Stanford got the first set, but then after that, I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a volleyball expert, but I mean, you could just watch.
Well, hopefully DBK gets in there, wins the national championship, first of many here, and settles in, and we'll just love her.
Okay,
It's gonna be awesome.
Your lips to God's ear, baby.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
fantastic.
where are we at, Steve? Were there any text message directions during the break that we?
A lot of people, well, and I want to switch conversations here for a second, in just a second. But a lot of people, I've gotten 2 or 3 texts about playing some zone. Here's my only thing with zone. I do understand it, what the thought process is with it. But if you're playing zone the way zone should be played, it's not that much of a break, right? You know what I mean?
Steve is turning into such a coach as we speak.
I know, I love it.
Because listen,
It's like a Pokemon evolution right in front of me.
I just think some people think, well, let's go. And I'm not saying, I think the texters
Steve,
are.
You used to think that. You used to
Yeah.
think that.
But it's like zone isn't just like, well, okay, it's Parks and Rec. Go back, stand, and put your hands up. They're like, well, okay, but zone has still got quite a few man principles.
Zone works you if you're running.
Yeah,
it right.
Yeah, like you have to almost be on your. You're not now accountable for one guy. You're accountable for multiple guys.
And you know what else? People remember zones when the 3-point line was like either not there or just like on the line, where the game was played inside. The game is not played inside. The range of people spotting up, it'll stretch your zone to death. The alley-oop, the usage of the alley-oop makes so many zones irrelevant. If you don't have 6'9" Cason Pryor up top working his tail off, like you have to get deflections out of the zone. You have to provide some kind of pressure in the zone. You can't let people just kind of stand around and you take a break. You're going to get killed.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So I don't know. That was just one thing. Now, like I agree with this texter. Like maybe Frank, you could put a zone in. Maybe you could help for personnel reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like I agree, but I don't think it's just like, well, we could go zone and just kind of help our guys with
their legs
with conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't, so I don't know. That was just one thing.
But here's the problem. It's a great idea theoretically.
Sure.
But it's like it's kind of cliche to say when you're light, you go zone. And we didn't get a roster. We didn't put out a Syracuse roster made to be a zone team. Like an old school Jimmy Boeheim roster.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, like he built that team for that,
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a reason why it took Carmelo Anthony to win a national championship for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, it was a great run, like an all time, like maybe one of the greatest single season runs ever by a freshman to win the national title.
Yeah.
Like that team, like Jim Boeheim doesn't have mounds of national championships stacked up.
Okay, Steve, I want to give you and myself and everybody that's a part of 93.9 Nation, I want to hand out an award because we set a record today.
Okay.
Today has, without question, record-setting amount of time that Marcus, Steve, and the phone line has been in a post-Kentucky loss and took this long to mention the officiating.
Yeah.
I cannot believe someone didn't fight their way through the phone lines to get it out of their system about the 13 seconds, Steve, it took for Chucky Hepburn to get fouled.
Like
Steve,
Chucky don't even foul.
Did you know?
And he had 3 in the first half.
Did you know it took 13 seconds for Chucky Hepburn to get a foul?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I went back and watched, I'm like, wait a minute. Marcus didn't tell me he fouled out. But I figured, I'm like, if he got 13 seconds in, surely he fouled out. I don't know. My favorite was when they like got to run the inbounds play and then the refs like coached them up and let them run it again.
Listen, that's why I'm so proud of the phone line today.
Yeah,
because I could have acted up about, and again, you could tell this was a seasoned,
the refs were like, "Hey, it's a good teaching moment right here."
This was a seasoned referee. This is a seasoned. We're really good. Like okay, I'm not accusing it, but if there were a point shaving group, this would be a great point shaving group. Because they were in complete control of the pace of this game and the flow of the game, and it was this was a master class in teaching how to officiate in Rupp Arena.
Yeah,
look, a rivalry game in Rupp Arena, not just nothing extremely egregious, but we'll make sure the 50-50s go here, and every once in a while I'll call something to get the Rupp Arena crowd booing. So they and how rich is that, Steve? How rich is it, Steve, when you're watching a game, right? You're watching your Louisville team, and you're watching these 50-50 calls go against you, and you're angry and all this, right? And then you get one call that's a bad call, and then you listen to that crowd go, "Oh my God, ref, you suck, and you're like, y'all been getting every single call all day. Listen, granted, that wasn't the best call just now, but that one call just justified every fan in Rupp Arena to say,
think about this.
Go ahead,
Marcus. Sorry. In one game, a dude threw a punch and elbow. Same dude threw a punch and elbow, poked the guy in the eye, and stomped on a guy's chest. Same dude.
That was literally that. Look, that's a Boogie Cousins. That's how many different replays.
Because Boogie Cousins got thrown out. You remember that when he threw his elbow, and the announcers were like, "Yeah, he's gone." You remember, man, that was crazy. You remember when he got thrown out and like the crowd was going crazy and he was walking out? Oh, wait a minute. He had 20 and 20 that game? How do you have 20-20?
That's the Mandela effect.
Yeah. You mean he had 20 and 20? What do you mean? He played? Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Is that what we have technology for? Is that what we have a technology?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's like, wait a minute. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I will say this, though. And now I'm going to hate because I haven't hated all day.
Get something out the system.
I don't think Kentucky's going to be all that great when they get into SEC play.
Oh, God.
Have
you been watching at the SEC basketball?
Yeah. I've watched Auburn. I've watched Tennessee. I've watched a lot of these teams. Kentucky does not stack up to them.
I watch Ole Miss up close. I watch Tennessee.
Now Kentucky can shoot great. Let me say that. Kentucky will have games where they might beat one of those teams because they shoot the lights out. Like I will say that.
Do they?
But Kentucky defensively, we stink offensively right now, and they gave up 85 to us on their floor.
And we have and again, I'm speaking a little bit hyperbolic, but not really. We have zero inside presence. Javon Hadley can't be my go-to inside guy, and he's what I'm working with. So I'm biting at him a little bit, but I'm like, gosh darn it, I need a guy that could turn over a shoulder and just hit a bank shot.
Yeah, I didn't leave that game overly impressed with them.
Right.
So it's like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, and see, but again, that turns me into the bipolar, Marcus, and just say,
yeah,
they weren't that good.
Yeah, I know. No, where you're like, I can still be mad at my team. Like, y'all had a shot, man. Like, y'all had a shot. Go back, I can break down points in that game.
Okay, change one part of our game outside of personnel that you say, okay,
Oh, perimeter defense, because the caller earlier said it. Scratch Off Jimmy said it. I didn't get to it, but I mean, they shot a lot of wide open shots. Guys, that's what they do.
I say,
especially in transition.
Yeah, I say transition.
Get back.
I say transition.
No. Hey, okay. Let me agree with you, because that's kind of where I'm talking about. Garrison not Garrison. Lamont Butler. I mean, how many times did he pull up in transition for three? Like guys, get back.
Get
pick
back
up a
and call
man.
him out.
Yeah, like this is what they do. They shoot threes. So if I'm going to be pissed off at my team today, that's one of the things. It's like, dude, you let them just pull up.
There's going to be another play, Steve, that you can go back and watch, right? If you're willing to go back and watch.
Nah, okay. I've watched it once. Yeah.
Listen, we have a broken floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
That broken floor transition. Okay, what Chucky does is, okay, you know how you get back in transition, and Chucky takes a couple stabs at the big boy. What's his name? Kraft. What's the big white kid's name?
Carr.
Okay, so he kind of is in the middle of the floor, and Chucky takes a stab about half court, right? And I'm barking. I'm going through rules like they're my team rules, but they're really common team rules. Once you take that guy in transition, you got him. Okay? You picked him up. So then Chucky ends up, Rain Smith has Chucky's guy in the corner. And I know if you've been in a practice with Lieberman, if somebody takes your guy, and I told you this a million times, if somebody takes your guy and you run up to that guy who already
listen, I used it. I used the Marcus Mabenism already this year in practice. I was like, I said we should stop practice right now, and he should punch you in the mouth. And Liebs knew exactly what I was talking about. Said you were back there and you ran back, and then you ran right. I won't even use the name, but you ran right up to that man and you said, go. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
After you shot a layup and you're laying on the ground? I said, kid's name.
Mm-hmm.
I said, we should stop practice and he should get to punch you in the mouth if we wasn't in high school. Because you should have crossed right past his face and went straight to the guy in the corner. Straight to him. And then end the story. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay. I forgot to tell you that, and I knew you'd be proud of that Marcus Mabenism.
Oh yeah. So here's what happens. Steve.
The Trey White's what I call it.
Yeah, right. I didn't know if you were going to say his name or not.
Yeah.
Listen, here's what happens too. On this same play, you get the Chucky runs to double a man. Then the 3-point shot goes up, right? Okay. Picture this. Noah Waterman's almost, let's say he's at the dotted line. Damn near right under the basket.
Yeah.
When the shot goes up, the 3-point shot goes up, there's somebody right behind Noah Waterman, right? Okay?
Yeah.
Now, this is in transition. So Noah Waterman's man is just now like coming across the 3-pointer, kind of going down to crash the paint. Noah Waterman leaves his man. He leaves the paint to go box out somebody that's up near the free throw line, and there's somebody right under the basket, wide open, ready to get him. So I'm just going crazy because I'm like, guys, if we fix this, we fix a lot.
Yeah.
This is a mental, emotional breakdown. We're on tilt right now. We are missing our and you know how you do the hey y'all, we all screwed this up. We got on tilt. We're scrambling. We screwed this up. But these are the 5. It's one of those things where you have to practice the next day and you're waiting for an hour-long film session and it ends up being 6 plays.
Yeah.
You know? And you say, hey
absolutely.
Guys, these 6 plays I could put on repeat. These 6 plays had the same 2 mistakes. It's 15 points.
Without question.
It's 15 points in a game. It's confidence for Lamont Butler. It's confidence. Listen, when you go to the basket and and you get that transition dunk early in the game, you know what that makes the guy do the next play? Run that much harder.
Yeah.
The first time a guy gets that wide open dunk, because people don't call it the man, now they believe in their coach even more. Because coach told you, hey,
absolutely,
these guys might be a little suspect of calling their guys out. And they like to fall a lot. Hey, right now, Florida State's coach, right now, they're in the film room. James Scott, let's put it this way, he doesn't mind getting pushed in the back a little bit. You know, hey, I'm barking at my team right now. Noah Waterman doesn't mind falling on the floor. Noah, I'm telling you this out of love, because the other teams right now are saying this to their players. If your man falls, you beeline it. If anybody falls on offense, you beeline it to the other, to our offensive basket. And that's just going to add a little bit more pressure to our transition defense after they scout out this last game. But I say that, not wagging my finger. I say that if I get my good practices and we focus on calling out quick, you just got 15 points better.
Yes.
Or 15-point reversal in score.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what I think we're saying with when it comes to the how close you are to
a top 5 team.
Yes,
quote unquote top
to
5.
just a piece. And that's why I can no longer just lower my total expectation. Like, well, we're just hurt. This is how it's going to be. Because I'm like, guys, you blow Florida State off the court on Saturday, this past Saturday. If that team shows up, and guess what? You guys could have played a lot better. That's not even adding Kadir back. It's not even adding anything. You know, like you guys could have played a lot better against Kentucky. And the team that played would have busted FSU, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, of course, I mean, that's no disrespect to FSU. I'm just saying not a top 5 team, right? So yeah, it's kind of.
I do want to add one more thing, and it's a Coach Kelseyism, right? That I'm okay. This is Coach Kelseyism, and this is like a best case scenario. He says this, and I think this is an opportunity to really, really stack days on days. You remember how summer he was talking about stacking the days on the days. I am going to be so confident if that Kentucky team, or that team that showed up to play Kentucky, I get to stack, if I can stack a game on top of that, I'm gonna be thoroughly turned up about the rest.
Well, you get 7 days. I mean, you get 7 days to get ready. I mean, that's a nice break that we've needed.
Or break, or get back in the lab.
Well, no, yeah, I think just get back in the lab. Like, yeah. Right.
Like I say, get healthy, but get in the lab with the details. It's funny. The jump stop reverse pivot, right?
Yeah.
It's like, let's get back to that. Let's get back to jump stop reverse pivot. Let's get back to, hey, there's a reason, James, that we say, hey, pin this guy behind you, and then dive to the basket. Steve, I know I just said it with the Frank Anselm thing at the beginning.
Okay.
We got to get something going to the basket. we got to get something going to the basket. We got to be a threat.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And that, but that's little things where I say, man, I do think there are going to be things that are improving, right? Like little things that are improving. Nick just sat down and gave me a big thumbs up. I don't know. It just felt
wide orbit's back up and
it
running.
felt important. I don't know. Okay.
Good. So there. Look. So I would have accidentally went to commercial break, and he would have said, "No, we can't do it."
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's take a quick commercial break.
Well, hey, real quick before we do, when we come back, I want to give out an award myself.
Okay.
The award I want to give out, though, is the IDGAF Award of the Year.
Of the year?
Of the year.
Of the year.
The IDGAF Award of the Year.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Coveted IDGAF?
Yeah, the coveted IDGAF it was a late one. It was a late one, but it is going to be the 2024 IDGAF Award when we come back.
93.9 The Ville.
Tech-savvy professionals delivering equipment, technology, and service for all your office, network, and print communication needs. Look no further.
Just whistle for Duplicator Sales and Service.
High-quality office equipment, print, and IT solutions at fair and transparent pricing. That is Duplicator's commitment to you. Your tech-savvy office equipment and outsourced IT professionals can simplify your daily work process wherever you find yourself working with world-class network business machines and solutions from Ricoh and Savin.
For today and tomorrow.
And that commitment continues with their commercial print and mailing division, Derby City Litho. Check out the Ricoh Pro C7210 graphic print system providing superior color output. Duplicator Sales, Derby City Litho, Corporate Mailing Systems, Ricoh and Savin. Call them at 502-589-5555 or visit them online, duplicatorsales.net, or at their store, 831 East Broadway, Louisville, with offices in Elizabethtown, Lexington, Paducah.
Just whistle for Duplicator Sales and Service.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Introducing Vigilante Hot Sauce. Vigilante is an all-natural fermented hot sauce made locally in Louisville. Made with Fresno peppers, apple cider vinegar, ginger, rosemary, red onions, and peppercorns, Vigilante brings a balance of flavor and spice to your food. Available for retail at all 4 Value Market locations, J. Shepherd Cigar Shop, Spring Street Bar and Grill, and Highlands Bar and Grill. And listen to the U of L basketball postgame show for your chance to be the Vigilante Hot Sauce hot take of the night. Vigilante, not the hot sauce you always wanted, but the hot sauce you always needed.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market, making the process more complex than ever. And if you're not working with the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast. That's why it's more important than ever to work with someone who has proven their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time.
Hey,
so
Marcus,
don't let
Steve's
a
going to
agent
bring us
make
back
a rookie
from break.
mistake and fumble
With
your
this
financial
thing.
future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Ville, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Hi, I'm attorney Alex White. I run a law firm right here in Kentucky. We have over 10 attorneys who work hard every day for our clients. We're proud to be local, and giving back to our community is very important. Hire as your attorney. But if you want good representation and hardworking lawyers, and you want to keep your business local, visit SueDistractedDriver.com.
This is a legal advertisement. Work may be performed by other attorneys.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Pretty soon, turning on the heat in your house will be a common event. If you're not sure your heating system is ready for the winter months ahead, it may be time to call who we call at the station DFH Company. This month, when you buy a complete train system from DFH, you receive a 10-year parts and labor warranty and 18-month special financing. And you'll finally have the temperature just right in that hard-to-heat-up room this winter. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH Company today about a train comfort system at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Boners. Hey, Nikki V here. Now that I have your attention, let's talk about them. Could you benefit from a little extra in the bedroom? We all could, fellas. Blue Chew can help. And now they also have Daily Tad, which combines tadalafil with 7 essential vitamins, giving men a convenient way to enhance erections and enjoy a range of health benefits in a single chewable tablet. Boners and vitamins, guys. What's better? Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package, which you won't have because you'll have a hard-on. If you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com. And here's a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code NikkiV at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code NikkiV, to receive your first month free. Just chew it and do it. Fellas, you can't put your penis in a stocking, but you can do the next best thing and give your partner the gift of better sex this holiday season and stuff a couple of stockings, if you know what I mean, along the way. How you doing? Head to BlueChew.com and use promo code NikkiV.
Miss anything from your favorite show? Head over to the Alex R. White Sue Distracted
Here we go,
Driver
boys.
Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com.
Presenting the award today will be local 93.9 radio host, 93.9 The Ville, Steve Rummage. Thank you. 2024 has been a fantastic year. It really has. It's been a great year. But today we are here to give the coveted IDGAF Award. The award for this young man who clearly does not give a now. One thing we want to do is we celebrate people that don't give a, and this guy clearly does not. So for his prompt 5:48 p.m. commitment to the University of Louisville, we give the IDGAF Award this year to the one and only Miller Moss. Marcus, I'm talking dead center, middle of the game, Kentucky, Louisville. Louisville needs a quarterback, and Miller Moss says, hey, man, I don't care. I'm committing right now because I clearly do not give a flying about what's going on in this game. Miller Moss, everybody. How about it, man?
Had it not been for my intimate knowledge of the personality that is Jeff Brom, I would have accused every single coach in the United States of America for particularly setting up and torpedoing the basketball program.
Yeah,
I would have said any other coach if they had an announcement in the middle of it. I would have said a coach is gonna be like, you know what we're gonna do? Look, we're gonna stick it to the basketball team. Now they're gonna get their ass kicked, okay? So what we're gonna do is right in the middle of the game where the fans are pissed off and we're gonna have you announce that you're committing. That would be the most diabolical yet witty athletic department play if there were. That's something like Cal would do to Stoops or something, right?
Yeah,
just something like so diabolical that it's like that, like how the villains, how the what do you say? How the villains are created.
Like a villain origin story.
Yeah, you remember the time that the football coach in the middle of the Louisville, Kentucky game had the quarterback commit when we were down by 8? And
the only good thing he has going for him is Jeff Brom was actually courtside at the game.
Exactly, Steve. Exactly.
And gets up to take a phone call from Miller Moss. He's like, hey, Miller, there's a pretty important game going on right now. Is everything okay? He's like, oh, yeah, no, you got your quarterback, man. You got your man. I'm in. Well, that's great news, Miller. Like, that's fantastic news.
Look, and then he goes, hold on, Miller. Boo!
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Miller, let's hold this until right after the game. Too late. Pete Thamel's already got it.
Listen, like I said, only thank God that Jeff Brom is your coach, that this doesn't spin out of control.
Yeah. Yeah, just full.
And he's actually at the game.
I don't care. Yeah. Doesn't matter to me, coach. Because Miller Moss doesn't give a. What are we going to do with what are we going to do with the Angels? Have you saw the Angels yet? Miller's Angels?
No.
His mom, his girlfriend, and a third stunning female. They call themselves Miller's Angels.
This better be good.
Hey, all jokes aside, man, it's exciting to get that because now you have the piece. Now you have the cornerstone. And with Jeff Brom, the cornerstone is the quarterback. And now you can go recruit, and you can go with, hey, this is what we have.
Yeah, recruit with a game plan.
Yeah, we have this piece. And everything with Jeff Brom starts there, which they had a great weekend. On the offensive line, they got 3 monster offensive linemen. Got a linebacker, and a defensive guy. They're doing great so far. But I still think there's something about the cornerstone of the recruiting class being the quarterback.
Yeah, you get a jump start on your on all positions basically. Let me get a quick couple of shout outs in here really quick. Good people, while it's raining outside, you're always reminded that your home is your fortress and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated. We'll provide free inspections, estimates, and of course, they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today. Also, one more shout out to our day one realtor, Derek A. Stewart, people, for all your home buying and selling needs. Enter this phone number in your phone and call it. Call it for any questions. Derek A. Stewart, 314-9868 today. Steve, last question I have for you.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple of lights, lamps in the house, and I went phone connected Bluetooth. And I'm a little uncomfortable with it. Am I turning into, well, they know everything already, so you might as well just hook everything up to your Bluetooth, your phone?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I've gave up on that.
You've gone too far now. If you're going from room to room, turning on lights with your phone, you've become, what is it, Wally? What's the one you were telling me about?
Marcus, you're talking to a guy. I have a Savant smart house system in my house.
iRobot style?
Dude, it runs off one controller. I can control my lights, my TV, my air condition, my heat, my window shades that are automatic that close up and down. I can lock the doors, unlock the doors, lock the windows, unlock the windows. I can open the windows. Like I can heat up the downstairs hot tub.
I need to move out to a cabin.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's over, dude.
It's over. It's just let it go, Steve.
Like, it was not going to, like, I was not, they can have anything they want in my house. Like, there's no way I'm not under full. Marcus, I've got 14 cameras in and outside of my house.
Inevitable.
They're watching me and I made it easy.
Oh, it's just over.
They're 4K. I could show it to you right now, and you'd be like, "Oh, it's like watching TV."
So there's no even like grainy footage that you
it's
can't even
the
lie
Truman
about
Show. Yeah, it's basically the Rummage Show. Yeah, so
And
it's
again,
like, dude,
I feel uncomfortable.
what are we doing here?
Being able to control 2 or 3 lamps with my phone, and I'm like,
I mean, they're flying drones everywhere right now. Like, God, like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, no, we're done.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, this is not.
Okay,
you could also. Here's the thing: you might be done electronically, but health wise, you can still get back on the horse because it is a new year coming up. And here's the thing, man: call my friends over at Tri-State Men's Health. That's where I'm headed right after the show, actually. And do the same thing Nick Valvano did, do the same thing I did, Mark Blankenbaker did, James Strebel did, all of us. And whether it's energy, whether it's weight loss, whether it's 50% of the men over 50 that deal with erectile dysfunction, whatever it is, they can help you. And you go in, it's going to be a nice, quick 30-minute appointment. I tell you about it all the time, guys. And look, you give yourself a gift, man, for the holidays. And what you're going to do is you're going to do that, and it's going to get you ready to go for the new year. They're going to run some tests. It's one little stick. They're going to take some blood, and they're going to be able to find out, okay, what is your numbers? Do you even need this? Because maybe you don't. And they're not afraid to tell you that, but if you go to tristatemen'shealth.com, take their low T quiz, it's 10 questions. It takes about 2 minutes, yes or no answers. If any of that applies, you go in, set up an appointment, and it's worth getting checked out, guys. Like, it's worth getting checked out. And if you sign up for testosterone that day, they'll waive that full $99 appointment right off the bat. So get out there, man. Check out one of their great locations up in Northern Kentucky, where I'll be next weekend, actually, at a basketball tournament, or in Louisville, or up in Cincinnati, wherever, Columbus. They have all kinds of. We have a friend in Columbus that has been out there and that calls the show very often and got signed up there. So yeah, it's get out there, check them out. TriStateMen'sHealth.com. I don't know whether it's meaningful or not. Matt McGavick just stuck his head in the window right during the Tri-State Men's Health. So hey, maybe Matt needs to get out there. I don't know. But if you're like him or many other men, get out there and check it out at TriStateMen'sHealth.com.
That'll do
you
it.
Heard about him right here on 93.9 The Bill.
That'll do it. Great show. Let's have a good week. As always, 8150-93.9 is always the number. 3831-93.9 is always the text line. YouTube channels normally made for the Bill. Middays of Marcus Paper, 93.9 The Bill.